Hi, Ray.
Hello, how are you doing, Tina?
I'm doing fantastic, Ray. You ready to do this?
Yeah.
Okay. Sam's here?
Yep.
Okay.
You're talking to us like we're like your kids on your school bus.
I know.
Did you have a good day, Ray, today? Did you have a fun day in school? What did you eat for lunch?
I'm gonna leave.
Hi everyone, this is Ray, or some of you might know me as Tiki with Ray, and today I'm in North Seattle with my good friends Tina and Sam. And Tina,
Yes, Ray.
how long have you been into Tiki?
Well, I would say I started only a few years ago.
Okay.
It started like more of a trickle than full speed, so I've become more and more interested in Tiki. And I just like collecting. I like to see who's coming out with new things. I like vintage. I like designs, and I don't have a rhyme or reason of which ones I like. I like them if I like them. So yeah.
Well, how did you get into Tiki to begin with?
I got into Tiki when I was into rockabilly.
Yeah.
And it kind of bled into the Tiki. And I got into it from going to Viva and then just being around other people who had these collections and also their decor at home. I found it very fascinating, and I love that a lot of people would basically, I call it rescuing vintage furniture.
Yep.
And I love the aesthetics and the clothing and the mindset, and that everything is so coveted, and they, a lot of people really are so proud of their things that have withstood the test of time. So that's kind of what's kept me in this groove. But I have, shifted a little bit more to the Tiki than the rockabilly. But I love both.
I'll tell you what, you just made a really, really good point.
Thank you.
That I don't think people really understand, like when it comes to say Tiki or vintage stuff, is that if it wasn't for any kind of a revival in any of the interest in any of this, these mugs would still be sitting on the shelves at the Goodwills and the Value Villages across America. Because no one wants them, and actually no one did want these things, literally up until the 90s.
Wow, I never knew that.
Yeah, I mean that's when you started to really have like the rockabilly revival. I remember that's when swing dancing started coming back.
Oh yes.
And that's actually when the second wave of Tiki started, was in the 90s. Oh. But up until then, no one cared about this stuff at all.
Why do you think that?
Disco.
Ah.
And I'm not even exaggerating. Like once you get into after the 60s, you get into the whole hippie thing.
Yes.
The hippies, they weren't into what their square parents were into.
That's true.
And they were into that. And you go into the 70s, and people were more into polyester and roller rinks, and then Studio 54, dance clubs, discos.
Yeah.
Believe me, once you get into especially the 80s, the 80s was so when I'm a product of the 80s. I was a teenager in the 80s.
Oh, yes.
And even thinking about the 60s or the 50s, to me, it just felt so far away and so foreign to me.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But
even
it
at
really
that
wasn't,
point,
was it?
No, it was only a couple decades ago.
Yeah.
But back then, the mindset was, wow, that's just old.
Yeah.
I really honestly think it wasn't until the 90s is when people started to look back.
I can agree with that. I think so too.
So what was the first mug that you got, or first? What started all this?
What started all this was my trips to Viva Las Vegas. I'm sure a lot of people have heard about that.
Yeah.
And one of my highlights of going down to Vegas was being taken to Frankie's Tiki Room.
Yes.
Love Frankie's Tiki Room. And the two mugs I have from Frankie's is the Bearded Clam.
And I'll pick up the other one here.
Yes, please. That one. And my Von Franco. But these are my two Frankie's Tiki mugs that kind of broke me into the kind of the whole Tiki thing. Yeah, you can. Check that out.
So here's the interesting thing about this mug. So if you have children coming over, instead of having this out, you just turn it this way, and then the boobs are hidden.
Yeah, the boobs are hidden, and the glorious patch is
so,
also hidden as well.
Yeah, and she can eat.
So yeah, there is that, and this one too. You might want to make sure kids don't.
Is that
maybe.
his Heine?
Well, I think that
I
is.
just said Heine.
You did say Heine, but I think that's. I mean, that's probably still appropriate.
Or is that like his back? You know, he just has.
I don't
he's
think
like
that's his back. I don't think.
You're probably
I think
right.
That's okay.
They really like nudity a lot at Frankie's Tiki Room.
They do. They do.
Well, what was it about Frankie's that you like so much?
You know, what I loved about it is being there is again learning a little bit more about what tiki is and the restaurants that were invented a long time ago and all this and that.
Yeah.
But just there's I never have had a bad time ever. There's nobody like. It's such a good vibe in all these tiki bars that I've been to.
Yep.
Everybody's enjoying themselves. They're trying all the new drinks, the clothing that they wear, the effort they put into it, and they really enjoy it. And it's an experience. It's not just like just going out and having dinner. It's an experience. It's an occasion. It's a celebration. So, and that's kind of how I feel about that.
What about you, son?
I kind of got into tiki through her.
And so it happens sometimes.
Yep. When we started
She's
dating
like,
and
you're coming along on this ride whether you like it or not.
Exactly. And, it was kind of my first trip into tiki was on her birthday one year. We rented a motorcycle and picked it up down in Burien and then decided, hey, there's kind of a tiki bar down in Tacoma, Devil's Reef.
Yep.
I think it was fairly new at the time, so we rode down there and I kind of fell in love with the decor and the kind of chemistry that goes into the drinks. I've always been a fan of Polynesian culture, and multiple trips to Hawaii. But the tiki side of it was really cool. So that kind of progressed into a trip to Portland the following year and going to Hale'epele. And we were fortunate enough to sit at the bar and watch the mix masters do their thing, and I mean that in itself was a show to watch some of the bartenders do what they do, and that was really cool. But Hale'epele was such a great little quaint destination or quaint little bar. It was just I just kind of get drawn more into. It's like, oh, well, these guys have this mug, and they have a mug for this certain drink, and it's like, here comes the collector side that I really didn't know I had. So,
speaking of a mug for a drink, can you tell us about your Mr. Bali High mug?
Okay, I really like this guy. I just love his aesthetic. I think he's perfect. Okay. I really couldn't wait to get my hands on one. I went ahead and ordered it off of eBay.
Can I see it?
You can see it. He's fantastic. And I really, really wanted one of him, and I think he fits in really well with the decor, and he makes me happy and makes me smile every time I see him. And I think to me this is a little bit of nostalgia when I look at him for the early Polynesian restaurants, the tiki rooms from back in the day. And so it's nice that I get to kind of look at him every day, and I know that kind of where the tiny bit of the history started. I need to do a little more research, but I do know that once I saw him, I had to have him. And I think there's a couple different versions of the Bali High.
It's pretty much pretty much the same though.
The Bali High mugs.
Yeah, just the drink is booze.
The drink is booze, and that's really
that's the best way to describe it.
Yeah.
I'll tell you this, Tina. The mug is way better than the drink.
Okay.
Okay.
Hey gang, we'll get back to the tiki conversation here in just a second, but I want to let y'all know that I have t-shirts for sale. They are screen printed in America. The artist is Tony Canepa, and they're going for $20 a piece, $25 including shipping. If you're interested in buying one, go to my website, tikiwithray.com, and then there's a tab that says buy a t-shirt. Click on there and just follow the prompts. So thank you very much. And let's get back to the tiki conversation now.
One of my other mugs I love is...
Look, the handle's a bowling pin?
The handle is a bowling pin, and this is a Tiki Farm design. I picked this up, I believe, down at the Jubit's truck stop. There was a car show there, and I just happened to see this Mort mug. Well, what I don't realize, what I just found out recently is there's another mug and then a decanter. That this is a 3-piece set, and I never knew it. So I've just kept this guy. So eventually, I'd like to finish getting this whole set, the decanter and the brother mug that goes with this guy. But yeah, I like him too. I love his smile. Always a happy guy. Very nice weighty mug. Beautiful product from Tiki Farm.
Yeah.
Still very happy with that. So yeah, it's pretty cool.
Speaking of happy, what's well, this one's blue.
Oh, the blue.
So is this mug sad?
I don't think she's sad. She's giving a little side eye, but I don't think she's sad. But my guess is it's from not a guess, but it's the Tretchkoff Blue Lady.
Yeah.
And this is the Blue Lady. So Little Grass Shack out of England makes these. This is their mold, and they also have the colored one as well. I was torn. I couldn't decide
look at that.
which one I wanted, so I got the Blue Lady and the Blue Lady. So
Blue Lady or the Bluer Lady?
The Bluer Lady. But I love them both, and I'm happy they're part of my collection, and I'm happy that they came all the way from England and they weren't busted. Again, I love
all the way from England.
All the way from England. Little Grass Shack. I would love to eventually get some Tretchkoff paintings. Don't know if that's ever going to happen, but anyway, I've got a little piece of the Tretchkoff idea here with these two mugs.
So speaking of pairs of mugs, what's the story with these two?
Okay, so I have a friend named Kim. I've seen a couple of her mugs, and I saw that she had these mugs. Let me see. These are also Tiki Farm. This is the Troubles mug, and Ray is holding the Bubbles mug.
Bubbles and Troubles.
Bubbles and Troubles. I just had to have these. Again, I love the little ladies, the little mermaids.
That's a fish. There's a fish playing a stand-up bass. And he has a tongue, and he's like...
Okay, and this one is drinking a pineapple cocktail.
Oh my God.
And he's got a lime. But yeah, I just love these. I guess...
There's a bongo. He's playing the bongos.
He is playing the bongos.
So there's Bohemian.
Company Cats Like Us had these for a while, and I never knew about them. So they sold out. But I was able to grab these two. Love these mugs as well. Make me very happy. I love all the artwork. A lot of attention to detail. Fantastic mugs. I love them. And I really like it when they come in pairs. I love a pair or a set, which is really kind of fun. All right. Another mug I'd like to talk about is this, one of my only vintage mugs. It's from the Four Seas. Sometime here in Seattle.
The Four Seas in Seattle.
The Four Seas in Seattle.
Wow. This place is long, long gone.
Long gone.
Man.
And who wouldn't have wanted to be there originally and have a meal there? And then you get this beautiful mug to go with it.
Unbelievable.
And it's in beautiful shape. I love that.
How did you get this?
I don't quite remember, but I want to say it was probably from a vintage store, like, an antique store. But I don't think I picked this up at a Goodwill or anything. But yeah, that's how that came to be. And I was like, I have to have that. A little bit of history right here from Seattle.
Oh, that's a find.
Four Seas mug. Really enjoy this one a lot. I like to talk about the Mung Tiki from Astoria. Really love their mugs. A lot of personality, a lot of detail. I can tell these guys really enjoy what they do. They put in a lot of...
It's like a moai, right?
A lot, kind of.
It looks like wood.
A little bit like wood. I'm liking that. And I like that it's not a real shiny glaze. It's more of a satin glaze.
Yeah.
Which is nice. I do like a satin glaze mug. Also, we have the, this Crusty Float. And I did not realize this one from Mung Tiki was going to be so big. But I definitely... Beautiful artwork, beautiful craftsmanship. We've got a little bit of the satin and the shiny glaze as well. And you get a handle on that. So you can look at that.
My favorite shade of green.
Isn't that beautiful?
Seriously, this is my favorite shade of green.
It's very calming. I love it.
Mung Tiki Imports.
Yep. Beautiful. Absolutely. These guys have just knocked it out of the park with these mugs. So I have a Tiki. What do I have? A little bob, a little surf bob, also from Mung Tiki, which I love. I got the orange surf bob. So we have that one.
What's the story with the one here from the reef?
Oh, the reef. So we have the reef. Of course, we know that I had to look really quick. Ikambukum. Ever since I saw this one, I had to have it. I missed out the first time, and so I was able to get her. For some reason, she's my favorite. I love water. Again, a very unique mug. Just
look at the detail.
Fantastic. Yeah, she's pretty pretty fantastic. And then, you know, Ecom Bookum came out with some that were colorized.
Mm-hmm.
I think there was only about 10 maybe, and they all went up on eBay. They each had a different pattern of the bikini, different hair color, eyes, and things like that. But I am very happy with my little blue skin diver. So I love her very much. She's one of my favorites.
Wow, that is beautiful.
Go ahead and grab a handle on that. Just incredible.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we got one more mug left.
One more mug?
And I think this is yours?
Yeah, this was my
Sam's.
first.
Let me give you a hand.
Thank you.
So what's the story with this?
This is my first dip into my own tiki mug. This is from the Black Lagoon room. I believe they're in Wisconsin. Tina showed me their Facebook page.
That's a home tiki bar.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes,
I
it
think
is.
so. And so Tina showed me their Facebook page, and we were about a week before these went on to online only. Thankfully, I was a morning person, so able to wake up early and get one of the first 200 that were cast. So this is an original first run.
That's good.
With different color, with the original colors. I guess they're going to do a second run that they have a waiting list for. They're going to change the colors up a little bit, and the
Where's
second
hand
run,
on it? Yeah.
yeah, the second run sold out real quick, and I think they're probably going to do a third. So, but those guys, they were really cool. I sent them a picture of, you know, the creature as they call it, with this one here, the crabs, and the other, the Frankies, the two Frankies, and they were really impressed to be, you know, featured in the picture amongst two Frankies classics. So, but yeah, that one's kind of cool. That one's one of my favorites.
I'll tell you what, even for being into tiki just a small amount of time, you already have a very impressive collection. And I'll come back in a year or two,
Okay.
Yeah.
and then you'll have triple the amount of
We're going to have a lot more.
Yep.
You know, one other thing I like about tiki mugs, even though some of these I haven't been to, like obviously I haven't been to the Grass Shack or, you know, the Black Lagoon room, you still you can buy a piece of it. I mean, nothing is better than maybe going to Mung Tiki and getting their mugs, or, you know, going to Nickel City and getting their glass. But the nice thing is you can still have a piece of that at home.
Yep.
And I do like that. And I like to see everybody's, all the people that are making their mugs, their take on their mugs and their ideas and their designs and their visions and that they have on all these. And it's neat that you get to just have that. You get to buy that and you get to look at that and capture it and savor it.
Yep.
And I just think they're fantastic. All right, cheers.
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 Chin
Cheers.
chin.
Chin chin. Tiki with Ray. Ah, yes.
Okay, so that was a good practice run, so let's do it for real now.
Stop it.
I like this one, and I like this one, and I like this one. This one's so cool. Is that right, Sam?
That is cool.
Hey, it's Mr. Bali High. How's it going, Sam? Look at this. She's blue-green. She's just blue. This one's sad.
This is sad. Yeah.
And I see Jimmy, and I see Billy,
Okay,
and I
my
see...
time.
I'll make it my time.
Okay, good.
Hey gang, this is Tiki with Ray, and I just want to say thank you very much for checking out my video. I hope you enjoyed it. And if you want to see more episodes, click on the subscribe button. And if you liked the video, give it a like. That would mean a lot to me. And if you have any comments or suggestions, please leave a comment in the comment section below.